want to go across to Dinesh Trivedi first, because the opposition is suggesting that this idea of sabotage has essentially been floated by the BJP to try and cover what could also be a systemic error. You understand the operations of the Indian Railways, Dinesh Trivedi. Could you begin by explaining, on the basis of what you know, why you think that the sabotage angle should be looked at very seriously, and why this isn't a political attempt but actually an effort to get to the bottom of what happened on the 2nd of June?
Well, Rahul, first of all, let me accept that the panel which you have, they are the real experts. And even as a railway minister, I have always told that they are my gurus. And if at all I have learned a little, I have learned from these experts. They breathe railways in and out, and they are dedicated people. Having said that, opposition, unfortunately, will oppose without knowing the facts. If I take you back 2010, similar thing happened, and Mamata Banerjee rightly gave it to CBI, perhaps at the recommendation of the board. And then the CPM also was doing the same thing today as Rahul Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee are doing, unfortunately. So we must have a lot of faith and trust. Having worked as a Minister of Railway, I can tell you they are the best people on earth. Railway is absolutely a professional body, and I have never seen in such a depth railway board member explaining the cause of the accident. So number one, the cause of the accident has been detected, right? Number two, they have also reasons to believe there is a criminal angle to it. And who's recommending a CBI probe? Not the minister. It is the professional railway board, in their wisdom, after understanding the entire situation. And I can tell you, with all the responsibility under my command, the railway board is a very professional body, and they will not hide anything. The system is very strong, and rightly I feel, and yesterday also, and day before yesterday also in your program, I had said that no angle can be ruled out, including sabotage, and I'm sure the system has enough information for a CBI probe. Opposition will oppose, and which is unfortunate because this deals with national security of the country.
You've seen the likes of Saket Gokhale, who's with us on the show, and I'll go to him in a moment, have put out tweets. No, one second, sir. They're basically quoting
Rahul, I just don't want to get into politics of it. I really don't want to waste my time. I have full faith in the railway board. I just don't want to join issues.
No, so forget what Saket is saying for a moment. Leave that on the side. Leave that on the side. I understand what you're saying.
I'm sorry, they're very, very irresponsible at this point in time.
Sure. There is this letter from February 23, 3 months ago, about track and signal safety. It talks about what could have been a serious head-on collision between a passenger and a goods train. This is on the Sampark Kranti Express, where this train could have crashed with a goods train coming from the opposite direction. The driver at that time was alert and prevented the crash. He's talking about, this letter talks about an issue with the interlocking system, because of which the route of the train suddenly gets changed after it gets a signal. This is a failure in the system which didn't alert the station master to this unusual track change, which, according to what we've put together, seems to have happened in this instance as well. So is there also the possibility of a systemic error here, sir?
Rahul, I have seen this letter. It's all in the public domain, and nobody can be smarter than the railway people themselves. This has nothing to do with the present situation. The present situation is totally different. And what makes you think that some kind of this error was not rectified, if that was an error? We are presuming, and I don't want to get into that kind of presumption. I know the situation and circumstances. It is such a freak one that a train which is running at 128 kilometers an hour, green light, suddenly gets into the loop without any rhyme or reason. And there is a stationary train and a freight loaded by iron ore, which means You are talking about crashing into a rock. Iron ore, good strength, fully loaded, is like a rock. It just would not move. So I'm sure there is something much more than meets the eye. And let's wait for the CBI inquiry. And please understand, CBI inquiry is not ordered by the minister. CBI is recommended by the Professional Railway Board. And I'm sure the panel will agree with me that Railway Board is absolutely a professional body.
The other thing I want to ask you about is this account book which has come in the public domain of the Southeastern Railway, which talks about how there's been no spending on the anti-collision system in this area for the last 3 years. Now the amount that was sanctioned apparently was 1,243 crore rupees, but the books reveal that zero expenditure was done in this particular sector for the Kavach network. Expenditure till March 2022, which is what is in the public domain, suggests that the provision existed, but the expenditure hadn't happened. How do you explain that, sir?
Rahul, it's a legitimate question, but please understand, railway has many heads to spend. In this particular case, I have not studied, but I know appropriation head is also there. So at times we go to the parliament to get the sanction of it.